And we are back. You are still tuned in to Hectic 99. Namgelekile kwakhona, everybody. Hashtag Hectic Action is what we are all about online. So be sure to interact with us. Now, if you have just joined us, you've missed out on a little bit. It is a Lifestyle Wednesday, so earlier on we got into some fashion with our designers in the building, Ubelini and Raisa. But right now, it's all about Hectic Move with our judo instructors in the building. Welcome to Rashad, Marco, as well as Danielle. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Hi.
Yes, how are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great, thanks.
Yes, it's so good to have you in the H9 building, and I'm really interested in what you do. So let's talk about what judo actually is and what you do as a coach.
Okay, sure. So judo is an Olympic sport. It was developed as the sport version of a samurai form of unarmed combat. And because it was used on a battlefield, there are no punches or kicks involved.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it involves a system of throwing, strangulations, arm locks, and pins to subdue your opponent.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. And then as a coach, what do you teach and how do you go about teaching the different methods?
Okay, so coaching is quite interesting. We use a lot of repetition in coaching to get the movement patterns into someone's head. But judo also, it's a lot more than just a sport.
Yeah.
There's an underlying philosophy behind it, which we try and impart to our students. There's one of mutual benefit.
Yes.
Both parties have to learn something at the same time. If we're doing judo, I'm learning something, but you're not. That's not judo, that's something else.
Oh, wow, okay.
And the other principle is maximum efficiency. So we want whatever effort you put in to have the maximum outcome.
Nice.
So that is as efficient use of energy as possible. So that you can use in sport, you can use it in school, you can use it in work.
Yeah,
and we try and impart it in our students as well.
Yeah, I love that. So I understand that you guys are going to be showing us a few moves today, right?
Yes. So
yes.
Sensei Marco and Sensei Danielle are both International Judo Federation accredited instructors.
Oh, wow, okay.
And they've put together a little sequence of events to demonstrate the different kinds of judo throws that can be used in competition.
Nice, and you're going to be talking us through it, right?
Yes, I will.
Sweet, let's take a look.
Okay, so one of the first things we teach you in judo is how to fall.
Okay.
And it's important to fall properly and fall safely, otherwise you're going to have a very, very short judo career.
Yes, and we don't want that.
So the first throw we're going to do is a hand throw.
Okay.
Called uki otoshi.
Okay, uki otoshi.
Hajimu, guys.
Ooh.
Right, and that's the first one. And as you can see, that little slap on the ground, it's all mechanical. So the harder you can slap the ground before your body lands, the less weight is transferred to your body, therefore saving the vital organs and the skeletal structure. Also, if you notice the way that Sensei Marco lands, he lands with as much of his body making contact with the ground as possible, and that dissipates the force over a larger surface area, as opposed to falling on one outstretched arm or the point of your shoulder, for example.
Which could result in injuries, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So the next throw is going to be a hip throw, and we call it harai goshi.
Okay. Harai goshi. Ooh.
And you'll notice every time Sensei Marco gets up, there's no damage done.
Yeah, he looks perfectly fine.
It looks very scary, it looks quite dangerous.
Yeah, because that sound is kind of frightening, right?
Yes, but once you know how to fall safely, it's not an issue. Okay, so the other thing we need to do sometimes is take advantage of our opponent's movement, where timing is very important.
Okay.
So the next throw is going to be a foot sweep, where timing is super important to get the maximum benefit out of your movement that you're imparting to your partner. So the next one is going to be something called okuri ashibarai.
Okay, cool. Ooh. Oh, wow. So what would happen if Danielle didn't get the timing right with that one?
His foot will probably just stay stuck on the mat and nothing would happen. Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
timing is super, super important with that throw.
Yes.
Okay.
So what else can we look forward to?
So there are times when you need to sacrifice your standing position in order to get a throw. And we call those sacrifice throws, and the one we're going to show you today is called ukiwaza.
Okay, cool. Ooh. And once again, he gets up like...
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
You probably fall a couple of hundred times every judo session.
Oh, wow.
So you get used to falling very, very quickly.
Okay.
Now the last throw is going to be very interesting. We're going to have Danielle perform a throw that's going to demonstrate the principles of leverage and pivots.
Okay.
It's quite interesting when someone smaller can lift someone who weighs a lot more using simple mechanics of pivoting and leverage. Okay, so it's not strength that's involved here at all.
Yeah.
So the next one is something called Kata Guruma.
Okay. Oh, wow. That is crazy.
There you go.
And once again, like
Gets up and
nothing happened.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Yes.
cool. I understand that there's like a lot of science that actually gets into it.
There's a lot of mechanics and physics involved.
How did you actually start learning everything? How long was that process?
So the process from white belt all the way through to black belt, it's a long process. And we always say the ones who make black belt are the ones who persevered and stayed with it. So it's a long learning process. It'll take you 6, 7, 8 years, depending on how consistent you are with training. It's a very, very steep learning curve, and there's a lot to learn. There's 67 official throws to learn.
Oh, wow.
Then you still have variations of those throws. You have counters and combinations that you put together. There's also the strangles, the arm locks, all of those things which we mentioned but didn't demonstrate today that you have to learn as well in the process.
Okay, so is there something that you could maybe teach me today really quickly? Because I understand that it's quite an intense process to learn, but is there something that I can learn as simple as possible? Yeah.
Okay, let's teach you. Let's try a hip throw, shall we?
Okay, cool.
So a simple hip throw. Can I use an uki? Okay, Sensei Marco is going to be your uki.
Okay.
So I think the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you get your foot next to his foot.
Okay.
You got your other foot in parallel.
Okay.
You get good hip contact. And then from there, you're just going to push your hips backwards.
Okay.
And you'll pivot up on your hip.
Oh gosh.
And then from there, you can complete the throw.
Really?
Just practice
that. Do you
that.
think I'll be able to do that?
Just practice lifting.
Okay, cool. So from here.
So you want to grab the sleeve.
Okay, cool.
Grab with the other hand. So grab the sleeve with the other hand. Put your foot next to his foot.
Okay, like
the other foot behind there.
Okay, cool.
This one will go around his waist.
Okay, cool.
Right, pull him close to you and forward.
Oh
Yes.
Are you okay?
There you go.
Oh wow.
Easy
Are
as
you
that.
Okay?
So that's it. You use your hips as a pivot.
Yeah.
And he just went over your hip.
Oh my goodness. That was really fascinating.
Easy as that.
Thank you so much once again. You guys were absolutely amazing.
You're welcome.
I'm sure that our viewers have taken a whole lot from everything that you've shared with us today. If people want to get in touch with you and learn more, how can they do so?
Okay, so they can contact us on our Facebook page, which is the Judokan Cape Town, or online at www.thejudokan.co.za.
Yes, Rashad, Marco, Danal, thank you so much once again. I'm sure you guys are learning a lot. Interact with us on social media and tell us what you are taking away from today's show. That hashtag is, of course, hectic action. But right now, Clint is ready to show us some DIY vibes. I'm sure you guys are going to learn more.